Cotton is either cultivated as a monoculture or intercrop food crop. My name is Enyonam and this is the Ghanaian Farmer. This week we are enlightening you about cotton cultivation all the way in eastern Uganda, precisely in the Gwin district. I hope I got it right. My name is Enyonam. Get interactive, share your views with us. Wherever you're watching, let's hear from you. Be it Uganda and Kenya or the globe, let's hear from you. I'll be chit-chatting with Odongo Dennis, who is a cotton farmer, to enlighten us about what you see here, the process you have to go through to grow your own cotton in your backyard, small scale or commercial farming. I'm going for a quick breather. When I come back, Dennis tells me more. Stay tuned. Thanks for staying. If you just tune in, this is the Ghanaian Farmer, and this episode is all about cotton cultivation here in eastern Uganda. And Mr. Odongo Dennis, thank you so much for having us on your farm.
Thank you.
And accepting to enlighten us about how to grow cotton.
Thank
now
you.
we start off with, is cotton cultivated everywhere in Uganda?
Basically, thank you for coming.
Okay.
I'm Odongo Dennis,
Yes, sir.
a farmer for cotton. Basically, to best of my knowledge, cotton is grown widely. The soil supports cotton countrywide, but there are specific areas they grow cotton.
Okay.
But northern side, eastern, south, western,
Okay.
I've not seen it much in southern part of Uganda.
Okay.
But people that are trying to deviate away from it, why? Because it is labor intensive.
Okay.
Labor intensive.
Okay.
So right away from the word go up to selling it.
Okay.
It is labor intensive.
Okay.
Intensive.
What soil texture is good for cotton farming?
Yeah, the issue of the soil textures may not matter so much.
Okay.
May not matter so much because they are, when it comes to the agronomic practices, they all crops, not only cotton, they are those agronomic practices you have to undergo through
Okay.
for any crop to yield properly.
Okay.
But basically for cotton,
Cotton.
like here for us, we are in a volcanic soil
Yes.
because most of our soil comes from the rock, the hill there. We are in volcanic soil,
Okay.
which also favor us in one way or the other. It is fertile because every crop needs a fertile soil,
Okay.
as you know. But you know, some other places you find the soil is acidic. When it is acidic, there are also some procedures you have to undergo to counter the acidity of the soil. Other soil are alkaline. Also, there are some processes you have to undergo through to counter the alkalinity of the soil.
Okay.
Other soil, their pH does not support cotton. But if you find you do soil testing and you find your soil does not support cotton, this is what you do to counter it.
Okay. In that case, since soil doesn't really matter, if I test and it doesn't support cotton cultivation, what treatment do I do or what process do I take it through to prepare it for the cotton?
Because most cases the testing of the soil is about the pH.
Yes.
The pH is the potential hydrogen ion in the soil.
Okay.
In a layman's language, it's the acidity and alkalinity of the soil.
Okay.
If it is so acidic, you add in some lime
Okay.
to counter the what?
Right.
The acidity.
Okay.
To bring it to what? To either normal or slightly alkaline. If it is so alkaline, the alkalinity, you also have to put in some what? Fertilizer to counter the what?
Right.
Yes. But now the agronomic practices of cotton, basically you start with the primary what? Tillage. Primary tillage is either digging the opening of the land. And digging, or you use an ox plow, or you use a tractor to plow.
Okay.
If you are in a commercial farmer, you either use a tractor for plowing. If you are a small scale farmer, you dig. And digging, primary tillage. That is when you are opening in a bush. Or maybe you had planted another crop. Now you want to plant cotton. You do primary tillage, which is primary digging and digging or plowing. Secondly, you do the secondary tillage. That is leveling the soil.
Okay.
Leveling the soil, breaking it into small particles so that when you are planting, it is easier for you for it to germinate properly. Now, with primary tillage, you can do it before the onset of rain. But now secondary tillage, you can even do it when maybe it has rained one time. And then planting at the onset of rain, you do the planting. Now the planting, if you want to improve on the yield, you can use the rope line. Like the way you are seeing.
It's lined.
It is lined. And then you use measurement. Sometimes you, like ours here, we have used 60 by 90. 60 by 90, what do I mean by 60 by 90? It is from crop to crop. Like from this crop.
In between.
Like from this crop to this crop. It is 30. 30 centimeters. And then from line to line, it is 90 centimeter. But it, you know, with the spacing, it varies. It varies from one farmer to the other, depending on what suits you and depending on the fertility of your soil. Some people, they use 30 by 75. But basically, it is in the range of 30, 90, 30, 75, 30, 80. Then now, when you have planted at the onset of rain, give it about 10 days, it will have come out.
What time of the month are we talking about?
Now, at the onset of rain, you know, years varies. There are some years when rain comes back early. Like early Feb or March day. Mid-March. Mid-March, when the rain has poured, mid-March, plant your cotton. Plant your cotton.
In this case, cotton, do you do seedling and transplant, or you do direct?
No. Cotton, you don't need to do from the nursery bed. No. Why? Because cotton falls under the what? The tree family. It is like a tree. So for it to germinate in a nursery, it is very hard. You just plant direct in the shamba, in the garden. After planting, to avoid the germination percentage, you may plant 4-5. Then after it has germinated, you give it 2 weeks. That is 14 days, a fortnight. And then you do thinning. Thinning, what do I mean by thinning? Thinning is removing the excess plant in the garden.
And leaving how many?
One.
Only one?
Only one. For it to what? To perform to the best.
How many acres of cotton are we seeing?
Depending, as I've earlier on said it depends on what? On the capacity of an individual.
I'm asking for the acres because if I want to do 1 acre, how many seeds am I buying? Kilos of seeds am I buying to do planting?
Now that one, you go down in calculations. You go down in calculation. Because most cases, we normally get seeds from what? From the January. From the January. Or the government brings it. Because we don't, like in Uganda here, they don't sell it in shops. It is the January mandated to what? Supply the seeds. It is the government mandated to give the seeds.
In that case, after planting 3-4, and then after 10-14 days, it germinates, you come and remove the excess, leaving just one. Moving forward, how many days or weeks will it take for me to see the flowering of the plant?
Now, after the 14 days from the germination, it has strong, it has hardened, you have thinned, you leave it to grow. About 2 months, you will see the squares, what they call the squares, this one. You will see the squares, this one. Now, this square is the one that brings flower. And upon, as it is bringing flowers, it is bringing the balls also. It is growing concurrently. As the flower is coming, the balls is also what? Growing inside, small. By the time the flower dries off, it means the ball is now big enough. As the ball is big enough, the cotton fiber is inside there now.
Okay.
The cotton fiber is inside there.
Okay.
But for you to achieve that, there are other things you have to do. One
Such
of them
as?
is spraying.
Spraying.
Intensive spraying.
What are you spraying?
You are spraying pest.
Ah, okay.
You are spraying pest.
Okay.
One of them is aphids.
Okay.
Because if you move around, you will find some aphids. They normally go behind the what?
Okay.
Behind the leaves.
The leaves.
Behind the leaves. Now this one is not so dangerous that it affects the what?
Okay.
The plant, but for eventualities to avoid issues,
Yes.
you spray it.
Okay.
That you can spray with the dudufenan. You spray with the dudufenan with a very low quantity, low concentration
Okay.
of about 20 mils in 20 liters of what? Of water.
Okay.
And then you spray.
Okay.
After spraying, as it is growing, cotton is very vulnerable to pest.
Ah, really? But cotton is not food. Why would it be vulnerable to, disease like that?
Cotton is very vulnerable
Okay.
to pest.
All right. So what are some of the preventive measures should a farmer put in place?
One, intensive spraying.
Okay.
That one, there is no shortcut in it.
Yes.
If you don't spray, you lose the balls.
Yes.
You start from losing the squares.
Okay. Then it affects the balls.
If you lose if this square dries up and it falls, it means you have lost cotton there.
Okay.
Because if I can pick this one and give you as a sample, I was telling you.
Yes.
This is the what? This is the square, the first formation. Now this is the flower.
Yes.
But when you open the flower, you will find the ball is inside there.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, as you are asking, what are the preventive measures?
Yes.
One is what?
The
Is
intensive spraying.
Intensive
Yes.
spraying.
Yes.
Two, crop rotation.
Okay.
Crop rotation. Because the cotton basically goes for about 6 months.
Okay. To fully mature.
To fully up to sailing.
Oh, okay.
About 6 months.
Okay.
You cut off the stalks. You burn it. Although burning is not
It's
allowed,
not good. Yes.
but you burn it or you
Okay.
cook with the stalk.
All right.
Then you plant another one.
Okay.
Another crop. Why? You want to break up the cycle for the pest.
Okay.
You want to break up the cycle for the pest.
What sort of weather is good? Is it more rain, more sunshine,
Moderate,
less rain?
moderate temperature weather.
Okay.
Not too much sunshine, not too much rain.
Okay. How many thongs of cotton would you harvest from these big farm we are saying?
If the season is good, in an acre,
Yes.
Yes. If the season is good,
Yes.
can give you about 400, 500 kilograms.
Okay. Now, why is it that cotton is not commonly cultivated by a lot of farmers? Is it capital intensive?
As I already told you
Yes.
earlier on, it is labor intensive.
Yes.
It is labor intensive. You really need labor, which if you a small farmer to get another extra person to help you, it requires some capital. Two, the market itself.
Okay.
Not very many people buys it. It is a single company that buys it.
Okay.
A single company that
Right.
buys it.
Okay.
In Uganda, a single company
That buys it in Uganda.
in Uganda.
Okay. What is the lifespan of a cotton plant? How long can you leave your cotton for?
Yeah, cotton you can leave it the whole year.
Okay, the whole year.
The whole year.
And you'll be harvesting.
You will be harvesting.
Okay. Do you give cotton fertilizer or is purely organic?
No, depending on your soil. If your soil is
Good.
lacks some fertility, you have to boost it with some
Okay.
fertilizers.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, we normally use DAP, the ammonium phosphate. Then at the end of the day, urea. But if you also have this manure like cow dung, chicken dung, goat's dung, you can apply
Oh, okay.
just to boost the soil.
Before you plant or after you plant?
Depending. Sometimes,
Yes.
if you have the labor,
Yes.
you can, as you are planting,
Yes.
you put in then you
The
plant.
cow down, then you
Yes,
plant.
you give it
Okay.
some few days, then you plant. Because if you plant immediately, it will
Right.
burn
Okay.
because of heat.
Ah.
But
So I pour the down into the hole and wait for how many days or hours?
About 1-2 days.
1-2 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
When it
Then
has
you come
cooled
and
down,
plant.
then
Okay.
you come and plant.
Okay.
You pour, you cover.
Yes.
You give it 2 days.
Okay.
And then you come and plant.
Okay.
Yeah, but on the onset of what? Of rain.
Okay. What are some of the end products made from cotton? I know.
The end product.
Clothes, yes.
Nightil.
Are made from
Cotton.
clothing.
Yeah, one of them is
But that we used to, screw our ears. What else do we make from cotton?
one. Clothes you're putting on.
Yes.
The threads.
Yes.
The threads.
Sewing clothes.
For sewing clothes. The cloth itself. 2. Cooking oil.
Okay.
Cooking oil.
Okay.
Then cotton wool.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Basically, that's what I can tell
Do I
you.
need some special training or knowledge to be able to become a successful cotton farmer? Or, I can just visit you like we're having now, I'm good to go? Or I need more to be able to grow cotton successfully?
The knowledge of cotton,
Yes.
it is not a one-day activity. It is not a one-day activity.
Okay.
You keep on comparing notes.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? You should keep on comparing notes. Because what I might be doing here
Yes.
might be different from
Okay.
somebody who is doing it in northern.
Right.
Eh?
Okay. Okay.
Depending on how weather dictates, it determines what you are going to do.
Okay.
Because I may tell you, for us, we plant in what? In March.
Yes.
Mid-March we are planting.
Yes.
And then in the northern, rain comes in
Okay.
in April, May. They cannot stop because rain has come late. For them, they will plant. In May, that is how their weather has what? Dictated theirs.
But is cotton farming challenging or is easy? Is there any challenges, unique challenges that pertain to cotton farming?
There is no unique challenges. It is okay. It is good.
Okay.
It is fine.
All right.
Yeah, it
But
is
is
okay.
it profitable?
It is profitable.
You are sure?
Yeah, I'm very sure.
How many times will I harvest my cotton when it's fully matured?
2 times.
Twice.
Not even twice. If it is after 3 months, you will start harvesting cotton.
Okay. Is it weekly or monthly? The harvest?
Daily.
Daily. Oh.
Daily.
Daily are coming.
Because let's say like ours here.
Okay.
The first ball after 3 months,
Yes.
we shall start picking.
All right.
After picking, give it 2 days, the whole shamba will be white again.
Okay.
Because it matures in a different stages. Like this first ball,
Yes.
it will mature faster than this ball here.
Okay.
So you will first pick the first set, the second set, third set, fourth set, depending on how many balls you have.
Okay.
Because a plant like this one, it is
Right.
if it does well,
Yes.
may make about 150 balls.
Okay, I think my last question. Did you plant all of them the same day? If yes, how come some are still petite and some are tall?
This one,
Yes. Were they all planted the same day?
this one we planted it on the same day.
Same
Oh,
day?
yes.
Okay, so why are some petite and some are already matured having flowers?
Yeah. Now that one
Is it lack of
depends
nutrients?
on the soil,
Okay.
and it depends on how the seed has landed,
Okay.
and the time of thinning. You are using different group of people.
Okay.
Some
Yes.
they pick the good one and they leave the what?
The bad one.
The bad one first.
Okay.
Yeah, because all of us and two.
All right.
It is like in a family. You cannot give children who are the same all.
Of course.
That is nature
Okay.
now dictating.
All right.
Yeah, but otherwise,
Okay.
that is how cotton.
Okay. Give and take. If you give you the opportunity to plant something else and not cotton, what would you go for?
If given another opportunity
Yes.
to plant
Yes.
in this area,
Yes.
I would go for rice.
It seems you like planting rice, eh?
That is a food crop.
Okay.
I'm trying to secure food security. Because
okay.
cotton I don't eat.
No. Okay.
Cotton I don't eat.
All right. So, viewers, that has been Odongo Dennis, and he's a cotton farmer. He's enlightening us today about some basic information that you can pick up and start researching more into what you need to know before you get ready for your cotton farming. But according to him, it's profitable. However, it's very labor intensive. So if you don't have labor, don't go into cotton. Your final message to young farmers or potential farmers, investors who are looking for some agri-businesses to invest in.
Yeah, thank you. My final comment is, right now, according to how the world is moving, basically, you may have the theoretical knowledge about cotton, about any crop, but the practical knowledge is really, really very important. Why? Because sometimes in theory, it is very hard to incorporate the theory with the practical aspect on the ground. Because in theory, they will tell you, you put 3, but practically 3 may not germinate. Then what do? It brings you back to gut feeling, which is backsliding you when it comes to what? Productivity. Because all of them will not grow at the same time. So as you go theoretically, practically is also very important. That is my message to anybody who intend to engage in farming. Yeah, in farming.
Okay, so that's it. A very brief but insightful conversation. I believe that there is more to learn, just like he said. This has been the Ghanaian Farmer, and the focus this week was on cotton farming. So if you are in Ghana and you're watching, since we don't do cotton on large scale, this is a great plus information for you. Learn from what Ugandans are doing and see, depending on our climate, see how you can adjust and do your cotton farming. But cotton, like he said, is profitable. It is used in a lot of things, like he said. And so look for markets, invest in it, have the knowledge, have the labor, and you'll be successful. My name is Anyonam, and this has been the Ghanaian Farmer, all the way from Eastern Uganda, precisely Going District. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Have a blessed day.
I wish you the very best.